a.m. here in New Zealand, and thought I'd just log on and share a few things on a Friday morning. How's your week been? If you're like anybody else, it's probably been hectic, and you're probably looking forward to the weekend. And I hope that you're able to have a relaxing weekend and be able to take some time off for yourself, recharge your battery store. So anyway, I've just been speaking in an earlier live stream about the importance of reviewing the year 2022. Look, it's not over yet. We've still got a month to go. And it's very important that we spend the next few days really achieving everything that we possibly can. It may take some courage to get through some of the things you want to get through, but think of it this way: what you can get done this year may mean that the start of next year is that much easier. In fact, we should be thinking about that every day. What can I do today that is going to make tomorrow a better day for me? Those tasks that we keep putting off. I talk to so many of my customers and they say to me, look, my biggest problem is procrastination. leaving things that we don't have to do, and all it means is that typically they catch up and we get stressed and under a bit of pressure to get things done. So anyway, I want to encourage you today to actually look at what you've got to do, what's on your to-do list, what can you strike off, so that when it comes to Monday morning, things are going to be easier. Look, I tell you what, you'll be thanking yourself. Seriously, you will thank yourself if you do that. You know how it gets sometimes on a Friday afternoon. Things really start to wind down, don't they? Right? Well, just think of it this way. What can I do today that is going to make my Monday even easier? What is it that I can do that's going to make Monday easier? Just have a bit of a think about that. If you've got any ideas, just write them in the comments on the chat. What are the things I can do today that's going to make Monday easier? One of the things that I used to always find hard when I was in employment and, having to keep things like timesheets. And timesheets. Who likes doing timesheets? And I put it off and I put it off. And come the end of the week, I was always trying to remember, what is it that I did this week? What needs to go into my timesheet? And often it had become too hard. So what would I do? I'd leave it till Monday. First thing on Monday, I'll come in and do that. What a terrible way to start the week. What if I could have just got that out of the way? And lo and behold, when Monday comes, it's even harder to update things like that, isn't it? You know what I mean. So yeah, look, what I want to talk about, particularly in this live chat, is about the Pareto principle. Now, the Pareto principle basically is the 80-20 rule, or the 20-80 rule. Doesn't matter which way you want to call it, really. But it's a really important rule because it just seems to apply to so much in life, and we even see it in nature as well. And what it means basically is, well, we often think of it like this, really. 20% of the people do 80% of the work. Yeah. If you belong to anything like maybe something where you're doing volunteer work or whatever the case is, it's the same 20% that show up, right? And if you look around the business and you see the people that are really doing well and seem to do a lot of work, it's the same 20% all the time. They can be relied on, and they do so much, don't they? Right? Well, my challenge this morning is, where are you? Are you in the 20% or are you in the 80%? Because the 80% seem to be fairly mediocre. They seem to be fairly average. They don't really seem to do a lot that really stands out. They don't really understand that to be above average, all you need to be is 1% better. 1% better than average is above average, believe it or not. What difference is that going to make? Well, actually, a huge difference. A huge difference. You see, the small things compound over time. The small things compound over time. But the question is, how do we apply the likes of the Pareto principle to our lives? How do we actually apply that? well, what will be going on for you also is 20% of the things you do will be getting you 80% of the results. 20% of the things you do should be or could be getting you 80% of the results. So how do we actually work with that? Well, what I do is I create a list. I create a list of all the things that I've got to do. Maybe I've got 100 things on my list, right? If you maintain that list over time, you might have 100 things. And I take a look at that list and I say, okay, out of that list of 100, I want 20%. 20% of it that are the most important things for me to be doing right now. So I create another list, which is my 20% of 100 list, right? And I look through that list of 20. There's all the things that I need to be doing now, the things that are going to provide me with the most value, right? This is how you become a really valuable person. The 20%, but still there's 20 things on the list that need to be done. They're important. They're going to move the needle, so to speak. I hate cliches, but I just used one. Okay, so that's fine. But I can't get through all 20 today. You know, probably you can only get through 2 or 3 things off your list in many cases. So here's what you do now. Of the 20 items, you're now going to take 20% of that list and create another list, which is your 20% of the 20. Right? So you're going to end up with, what, 4 items on it, if my maths is anywhere near right? 4 items, perhaps. So you end up with 4 items on that list. Now, the chances are that you can probably get through those today. But the other thing is, these are the things that are important that you need to work with to move things forward. If you focus on those 4 things, the rest of the items on the list may just look after themselves. Some of them may become a priority later on, but most of them you'll never need to do. You can just keep moving on. And look at that. That's good use of your time because you're using it for the most important things that you need to do. So that's the Pareto principle. It's very helpful and it will help you to move on in your journey to being the best you can possibly be. So I hope you'll be able to take this advice and use it in some way, but it's just what I do. And it seems to get me the results I want. Talk to you later.